As you can probably tell, we were playing Phasmophobia here, because after all, I do need to get back into the habit of actually playing the event, since I do want to unlock or at least upgrade the trophy. Even if it's just one city, I do kind of want to at least upgrade the trophy at least once, so that way I can at least have other upgrades for the next few years. It'll be good doing Bleed Sale, because after all, I do feel like that would be an interesting, since I have to do it. Like, I wouldn't do grafting, because after I don't really do, enough to make it worth it, because I don't really know much of the spots there. So I think these cameras can always be worth it, considering that they are probably one thing that you can also reveal ghost orbs if you look carefully enough. And if the ghost orb, or if the ghost is in that area as well, it can also reveal it. Now, first of all, I'll make sure all these lights are on. Well, at least some of the lights are on. Not all of them, but some of them. At least, because after that's going to be a big help in terms of knowing kind of what path I want to take and how close the ghost is. Well, here you got the water ambience, which I really like. So after the water ambience is really nice. Especially with the water dripping. Like, that's the part I really like about it. So. Is there even a light switch for this area? Maybe. But if there is, I do not know if it's there. Oh, you have a hiding spot out here. Okay, that's good to know. My braces are currently really bothering me because I have a bit of the water poking into my cheek, which is kind of annoying and kind of hurts. So, but as of right now, there's nothing that I can really do about it, considering that I'll have to wait till tomorrow to actually be able to get it fixed, since it's not gonna be open until then. Which isn't not preferable, and it's kind of annoying, but I guess I'll have to wait. It has to be somewhere around here. Yep. Right here. But before you do anything, let's go make sure the lights on and make sure you kind of can find a bone or whatever. Just make sure the house is kind of lit up enough, and all those other things just can't. So it's always a good idea to go through the house and check and see what you're dealing with. So if you have, the more you know about in this game is, the more you know, the better off you are. Even though you might not necessarily be better off, but like, you always have to know like, as much as possible. Since if you know the ghosts, you can know better be better prepared to how to avoid it. And if you know what kind of ghost it is, it's even better to know how to avoid it. Because after all, let's say it were to be a Deogen, or a Deogen for which knows where you can hide. You don't know that you hide, or trying to avoid it. You basically just screwed yourself over, because it can track you down no matter what, even if you're hiding. That's the same even in a 4-player game. If you have multiple players. So after all, they can track. They know the location of every player, and they can. And I'm guessing they typically choose the closest one to the ghost room. I am not mistaken. If you're the only player in the match, they'll definitely choose you to hunt down. The reason why I'm presuming it's the closest person to the ghost room is once because my friend was hiding in a closet which is in the wall closest to the ghost room in it, and I was out in the open, and yet the ghost was to get him instead of me, and I'm presuming that's because of the fact that in terms of like, if you drew a straight line, or you're freezing, if you drew like a straight line from if you look at like a straight line from the straight line through the walls of the ghost room, it I would have been the furthest from that straight line. So I'm guessing that's how it figures out who to chase. There's no way it did not detect me. When Zoe didn't pick up that I was there when it was hunting, because I was right out in the open, very visible to the ghost. They're very funny ghosts, and yet still chose to attack my friend over me, which makes me think that it must be kind of tracking a straight line to the closest person, regardless of the only person there. That's kind of my guess. Is that how it kind of tracks them? I'm guessing it also kind of keep them on like that same line. You kind of have like a line between all the players or something like that across the map. Well, not sure how it detects it, but that's kind of my theory about how it kind of tracks. At least how it decides who to hunt. Oh, you're writing already. That's one of the tricks I use for. Oh, I turned the breaker. Never mind. Yeah, that's kind of one of the tricks that's what makes you. That's one of the things I see is that why it decides to hunt them to me. There has to be like a demon or something. A demon or a revenant. Well, it wasn't consistently going fast. It kind of seemed to speed up at the last second.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
No points, ready? Great. It's why I hate ghosts sometimes, because it's like you can't even do anything with it. You know, I should go back to Bleasdale for this one. I just feel like it's kind of like sometimes it kind of hunts without reason, and it should not hunt, but then it just kind of does at random time when you just you should not have hunted, and you should have just been able to make it out. Like, there was like right at the door, about to get out, but it just locked instantly. No one was in the doorway, and shut me in. Because it probably should have made it out there. So I find that kind of annoying, especially about the demon, because after you need to search the map. You need to figure out where it is, but especially big maps like that, it kind of doesn't give you the chance to learn or to figure out where it is. Since the only way is to actually go through the rooms individually and search for it. That's kind of the annoying thing is that it's about demons in big maps. So you practically stand no chance against it and dying. Unless you instantly can somehow hear it coming from my way, and then maybe, but I say chances are extremely low that it's actually that you're actually not gonna you're gonna be able to actually figure out what should be hunting, especially on the biggest map, which would be your Sunny Meadows. The fact that I can't even outrun this thing is even worse, because after how am I supposed to outrun something that can go faster than me? Chances are I'd have to go out into the hiding spot, but hide, but it was right behind me, so essentially there's no chance of me even surviving, at least. Now I'm spending about 1,000 on the new equipment, about 1,000 in-game dollars on new equipment, which is especially the additional equipment, which is really annoying. I think I searched that room there. Alright, so if it's a demon, like on small house, I kind of don't mind demons because I felt like you can eat. Like it's not small, you can also kind of hear it coming. It's a lot easier to hide since they would probably give you a lot close to one, but these big maps are kind of a little bit much for this kind of stuff. Why does it even take so long to find the details? I thought that's one thing that confuses me because it should be able to find the details pretty much instantly, but that's like a second, 2 second delay. And that's one thing that confuses me because PS5 is supposed to be powerful and able to handle things like basic rendering and things like that, but that seems like pretty basic rendering. Not sure it's a programming thing or what, but it shouldn't be that hard to render in a couple of small details. So you're loading in the same things every time, so theoretically you should be able to load in the same. So you should be able to kind of like know that what to load in each time. This in here, isn't it? How funny. The ghost turned off the breaker. It broke it turned on too many lights, I guess. Well, this ghost really is liking to be a nuisance, isn't it? I don't think I've seen many ghosts that like to be nuisances, but this one, I've seen a lot of them actually that like to be nuisances. Freezing. I pray that it's not a demon again. Last time did not turn out well. At least if it's a demon again, I can easily hide right there, so... Let me see what the protocol. So, the instance was chasing someone, capture video of the ghost, and 3 unique photos with the photo camera. Should be relatively easy to do, as long as the ghost doesn't mess anything up. I will need to search for the Easter things. Actually, could do a few of them while I'm passing. So I thought, since it'll make sense if I do a few of them at least. Just so I can eliminate a few rooms. While I'm looking for it. So I thought I do want to eliminate as much as possible. I do want to get as much points as possible during this live stream, so... And in here, let's drop this like right here maybe. Think it stopped hunting. Yep. Think it's safe to say that's a demon again. Actually, maybe not. I'm gonna go with Yuri, actually. Seems to be pointing to that. Well, for now I'm gonna grab a crucifix. That's all, I might want that. Just considering it seems to be draining my sanity quickly. There was a light for this place. There you go, got that then. See a Yuri or a Mimic. So that's all, it's not giving me much evidence. So that's kind of the only option I can think of. So it could be a shade. I forgot shade. I didn't even notice that the shade had been moved right by the Mimic. Because typically it'd be in like a row here. But before like the 3 new ghost types are added, it would typically be in the first, in like the furthest, like in the furthest row to the right. So CMF level 5. It's lonely then. No, it's a Jin. I'm gonna grab one of these since I know it's a Jin now. And I'm gonna go start hunting for the forest minions. Except all that, I don't think I've gotten any of them yet, so. First of all, I can actually start outside. Getting these ones will be pretty important. Wow, you're funny. So I think it's probably best to just beat it and be on my way. No, I want to put that there. I want to turn on the light. I'll probably get less than usual with this one, since I'm not going to be doing any more than one objective, since the other two are kind of like, I'm probably not going to turn out well, if I decide to do them, so. I just kind of feel like one of them's not likely to happen, and the other one's just gonna be possibly end up going badly. Especially considering since one of them includes a hunt, or needing to survive a hunt. Or need to use incense more specifically. I couldn't see that one for so long, even though I had removed the dodge projector. That's weird. Let's see if we let's turn this on, just so I can actually see going up the stairs. My only goal for right now is just get all of those and get out of here as soon as possible. Especially in the dark rooms, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here long. I'm not gonna turn on too many lights because I do know that could cause some bad things to happen. Turning on the lights will probably increase the chances of me losing more sanity, so. Sure, I'm gonna check something quickly. Never mind, I can't even access the light switch here. Never mind, it's not there. Good. It's always a good sign. If you want to test and see if there's a hunt going on, especially in a bigger map, try turning on and off the lights, because that's often a sure way to tell if there's a hunt going on. So that's why you cannot turn on or off the lights when the ghost is hunting. You can only turn them off. Well, I mean, you can't even turn on lights. You can't even turn them off.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
located. Totally. Totally.
Hello, Ghost. Didn't realize that was muted there. So, but I'm guessing it's Dio or Yokai. A Dio generally Yokai, but apparently it's not responding to whatever I say, but it's clear it's not reacting to what I say, considering it. They just got all the ghost things, so whatever you wanna call them. And it's not could really give me any sign as a yokai, since the yokai is react when you talk. Never mind, maybe that. But it turns out it's not reacting as much as I expected to. Before I do anything else, I'm gonna need to head to the bathroom here, because that's why. So I'll probably mute for a bit, and I'll be back. I'll go check on the camera, kind of wait on the camera, well, with the video camera here, so just, I'll see you. If you guys see anything, let me know, please. I was on quite a while, wasn't I? My apologies for that, but before I forget to ask, how was everyone's Easter weekend that just finished? So I do want to know if you guys had a good one, a good Easter weekend, a bad Easter weekend. How was it? Just generally, just so I have an idea of how you guys have been. Mike's in media, so should be able to pick up. Okay, that was quick. I'm gonna do some tests before I do anything else. After I do another test and see if it's a yokai or a Deijin. But not gonna list myself for that because I don't do it to maximize my points. So that covers all that. Hello, Ghosty. Ghost. Throw something, will ya? If you yokai, throw something. If you yeah, whatever. Are you a stupid yokai? Like, are you a yokai? Are you a yokai or something? Hello, yokai. Are you a yokai? Yoo-hoo. Is something wrong with my mic? No, it's picking up alright. I'm going straight to max. So there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah. Not sure what the wrong... Not sure what it is that could be causing it. But suddenly isn't being as active as I like. As a yokai would be. Hello. Hello, ghost. Yeah, it's definitely going real active with me near it, so... I think it's actually gonna be yokai since through the book, so... It's probably gonna be a yokai. It's more likely to be linked about as a yokai. Just considering just considering that through the book, which typically means you're probably not gonna get writing, so... I pray that I'm actually right here. This is a very tough one.
Welcome back.
There we go.
Ready for you.
I'm not gonna play it like that much just considering it's much more difficult. I do want to play as much as possible since today, just considering that I do need to rack up a bunch of points in order to be able to actually actually be able to get back up to where I was. So you want to be able to get as much done as possible and get. Because it wasn't offline today, so I'm gonna get to like 40% maybe. Maybe 40, 45, 50.
Look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
So I'm gonna charge it out within that live stream here, so. Well, at least within the next 2 days, so. Because after. Oh, it's gonna be pretty big. Because after this pretty big event, I do want to get. The only other times I can really play is the weekends. Well, that's when I can mostly play. So I'm like. Seems during the weekdays, I still want to make as much progress as possible. And although I might not make videos on the weekdays, I just want to make sure I get as much points on the weekdays. Like that's kind of the point. That's what I kind of want to make as much. That's what I'm probably going to be doing on the weekdays, if anything. Yeah, weekdays are for me just kind of times I don't really bother doing as much videos because after all, it's kind of going to be. So after it's kind of a, cause I can only tend to do it later than the usual, so. Well, I can occasionally make a video if it's not too late, but typically I can't really. Typically it's kind of a little too difficult for me to make videos on a weekday. Well, today is a weekday, but I have the day off, so I have a lot more time. I have a lot more free time. I can do it for any time during the day too, so which is why I'm doing it today. Well, at least it's the primary reason. Yeah, it's definitely down here, so I can go turn this off. Sadly, it's in the same room as the breaker, which kind of annoys me. Let's head back up and grab some more equipment while I can. I'm shooting for an hour and 6 minutes now, but a little probably less due to the fact that I was not in the bathroom for about like 10 minutes, maybe more. Hopefully, the stream's not too choppy for you guys. After I don't really watch it. Since it would probably be restarting, it kind of would be cheating to watch my own. I also find it to be a little bit of a way to cheat if I were to watch my own stream. So just let me know if it's a little, if something's cut. So I'm pretty sure I did test watching one and it did do that. So guessing it's a possibility to do that, but. If you watch a lot of my streams, it does that often, and please let me know, because going to be very useful if I can at least have an idea of what if it's doing that or not. Because I do want to know if it's at least consistent doing that. We have dots. There's dots again, so at least I confirm that we have dots. First, before I do anything else, I'm gonna quickly go investigate this room or these rooms, just to check and make sure I'm not missing anything in terms of like evidence, whatnot, whatever it is. Like, whatever it is, it could be. I could be there. I just need to make sure I have as much details as possible for trying to go to. You have UV, so that's level 3, so that's good to know.
An elderly individual.
Do you already know Spear Boss? Nope. It's Phantom. Susan Douglas. Susan Douglas. Susan Douglas. Nope, apparently does not want to respond. So it's not down there, so I'll probably go check up here just to see and do go check in these areas just to make sure I get the thing those things, whatever you want to call them. Unfortunately, this I have to kind of slowly move down to the other plate, down to the other half of the house. I'm just gonna kind of work my way backwards. See, I'm not gonna set far open the entrance and go to the entrance. So you could have to. It's gonna be easier in this map than you just have going around haphazardly. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. At least I don't think so. Nothing there for sure. Hello. Let's see. What are those? Nothing again, of course. Not sure if I already got all of them, but maybe. Yeah, there's none left. So I know it's a phantom and for certain, so we'll drop this off. I can also try to get a ghost for a while and deal with the camera, and I'll also burn some incense after taking some sanity, I guess. It's about $14 in cash, and 14 experience right there, so that's pretty good if you ask me. That's two done. So down here, I'm actually gonna go back and grab the other dots projector and go down to the basement and place that back down, since I'm probably gonna want to use that to try to get a ghost picture. Susan Douglas. Don't tell me it moved. No, it's still here. Susan Douglas. Susan Douglas. Susan Douglas. Susan Douglas. How is that not? How does that not count? Susan Douglas. Susan Douglas. Susan Douglas. Are you there? Hello? Okay. Guess so, Dots. Susan Douglas. Susan Douglas. Susan Douglas. Susan Douglas. Susan Douglas. Susan Douglas. Hello. Go on. Give me nuts. Susan Douglas. Susan Douglas. Oh, got him.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Actually, seeing that I've already got like 43% on the in terms of the points, I'd say I might play a bit more later just to increase this a bit more. I might not live stream it, but seeing I got that much, I'm gonna stop stream here. So thank you guys for watching, I guess, and see you guys next time.